Example 6. If two force 3 Newton and 4 Newton are inclined are what? Inclined with each other through 60 degree, then calculate the resultant force. So we are using what? 3 and 4 Newton and inclined through angle 60 degree. You are asked to find the what? The resultant what? Resultant force. So solution. This is angle of inclination 60. Here we have 3 Newton. We have 4 Newton. Then draw, make it parallelogram. Yes. This is what? 3 Newton. This place is also what? 4 what? Newton. Join this diagonal together to form a parallelogram. This is what? Resultant what? Resultant force. Abi? So if you subtract 60 from 180, this place will be what? 120. Abi now? By subtracting 60 from 180, we have 120. Yeah, let us find the what? Resultant force. Which formula can we use? The two formula. Let us use the two. Let us use the two formula. Yeah, let us use the first one first. Resultant what? Using resultant force should be equal to what? A square plus B square minus AB, sorry, AB cos 180 minus theta, everything square what? Square root. Let us use this one first. So to confirm whether the two formula is correct, okay, the resultant force, we have 3 square plus 4 square minus 3 multiplied by 4, then cos 180 minus 60, everything square what? Square root. And the resultant force, what do you have here? 9 square plus 16 minus 12 cos, subtract this, it will give us what? 120. You will now have what? Resultant force should be what? 25 minus cos 120 is minus 0.5. Check it. 12 multiplied by what? Minus 0. What? 0.5. You have resultant force should be what? 25. What as this plus, like this we have 6. So you now have resultant force should be what? 25 plus 6 to give us what? 31 square root of what? 31 what? Newton. Let us check if you can get the same answer for this second formula. Yeah, by using second formula, we see that what? Resultant force equal to the what? A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. What is my resultant force? No, what is my A? 3 square, 4 square, 2 into the what? 3 times 4 cos 120. No, theta is given is what? 60. is 60 degrees. So the resultant force will be what? 9 plus 16 plus 2 times this one. 2 times 4. Kai, 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 kai. I made a mistake here. Oh. I forgot 2. 2 AB cos theta. Chai. Chai. Minus 2. 2 times this, 12. 12 times 2, 24. God. 24. 24 divided by, in fact, we give us 12. God. 12 plus 25. That will be 37. Minus 2AB cos theta. Yeah. 12, 24. Multiply by what? 0 point what? Or 24 and 0.5. Cause this. We have resultant force should be what? 25 plus 12. To give us what? Resultant force should be root Newton. So we can now see that well, by applying the first method and the second method, we still get the same answer. So the next aspect now is what? Case 5. So for case 5, if this one is a special case. If 2 or more forces, you can observe that what from case 1 up to case 4, we are dealing with what? Just 2 forces. If 2 parallel forces are moved the same direction, we will add. If 2 parallel forces are moved in different direction, we will subtract. If 2 forces are perpendicular with each other, we will use Pythagoras what? Theorem. But if 2 forces are inclined like this with each other, through angle theta, we apply cosine rule. But in this case 5 is more than 2 forces. Maybe 3, maybe 4, maybe 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Many. So in this case 5, if 2 or more forces are present in a particular system or a body, we will apply resolution of forces or analytical method. Those are the 2 methods that we can use in what? In case 5. In case 5, if 2 or more forces are present in a body, the resultant force can be determined by resolution of forces method or by analytical method. So those are the 2 methods that we can use to what? To solve for the 2 or more forces in vector analysis. For this aspect now, take, assume we have look at this sketch. We have how many force here? 4. Let me say this is what? Vector A, B, C, and D. We have 2 or more force now. You are now asked to what? Determine the resultant force here. So to determine the resultant force here, what we do? We will use what? Resolution of what? Of force or analytical what? Method. Oh yeah? For this one, you first of all solve for the what? Vertical axis. We said resultant force for vertical. This arrow show that what? Is vertical. Or we can also call it what? Resultant force for y component. You know, this is the y axis, this is x axis. The vertical component is called what? Y axis or x axis or y axis. The horizontal component is called x axis. So this resultant force for vertical axis. We now say what? Look at this what? This A is moving up. This B, C here is moving what? Down. There are 2 parallel what? Force of different direction. We now say what? Resultant force here, A minus what? Minus C. That is what? Resultant what? Force. But for this one, second one, horizontal, you can say that what? Resultant force for horizontal equal to the what? B minus what? Minus D for horizontal axis. The next thing is what? We now need to what? To redraw this sketch to be in vertical and horizontal form. That's what? This is the resultant force for what? Horizontal. This one is the resultant force for what? Let us use y and x. Yes, for the easiest sake. Resultant force for what? For y. Resultant force for what? For x. So this is what? RF of what? Of x. This RF of what? Of y. We will now join it together like this. To have resultant force, this is theta. This is angle 90 perpendicular. Here we have theta. So the resultant force, it will now be what? Resultant force for x-axis square plus resultant force of y-axis square, everything square root. And you will now find the what? The angle. It will be theta equal to the what? Tan arc of resultant force of x over resultant force of y. Okay now.